Show. This is it.
This is it.
We're
This is
here.
it. I'm inside in the air conditioning. You're outside in the heat. It's Lisa and Leah with you on our After 9 segment. Mike is doing the afternoon news today and tomorrow. And then, of course, Thursday is Canada Day. So, how hot is it? I have not been outside at all yet.
No, it's actually not bad out. I mean, you can feel the humidity level, but it's not too bad. And I'm sitting in the shade. I've got my umbrella up, and we have a big ass tree, as you know, in our backyard. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad right now.
Yes, you gave us the lying down view of your tree once, which was really interesting,
Yeah, I know.
right?
But you can see there's a few behind me too, right? But our neighbors took down a massive tree. I think there should be a law. But it's their
Well,
property. I mean,
yeah,
we
I know what you mean. Um, and there's a lot of trees that have to come down because of age or they're just not stable, right?
yeah, yeah. And
Or disease.
it's
You-
fine, whatever. But we have a whole lot more sunshine in our backyard because they took down a tree, especially late in the afternoon. We were like, it was, we get a lot more. We were like, wow, that really opened things up. But again,
And do
I
you
mean,
like that? Do you like the fact you have more sun?
no,
No?
I like the tree. I mean, it'll be less to clean up in the fall, that's for sure, which will be nice.
Yeah.
But I'm a tree person. I like trees. I'm into grounding a little bit. I think it's important. Toes in the sand, walking bare feet, touching the earth. I'm all about it.
You're a
Not
hippie.
like to an extreme or anything, you know.
No, I
But I
think you
think it's
are.
important. I think no, I think it's important.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
We have
you know.
three large trees in our backyard and a tree next door too. And between all of them, they all offer their own, you know, stupid idiosyncrasies. And
Yeah,
every year it's almost something new. Like, I didn't know that tree did that. Or which tree is that coming from? What is that? I've never seen that before. Like
yeah,
something, they go through these cycles, right?
yeah.
Um, but yeah.
Are you excited to go back to the office? Like work from the office?
Mm-mm.
No.
I'm really not. I was before when this first started and I was working at home and I was like, I like it, but I think we'd be more productive in the studio. It'd be good to sit across from one another and actually see people's faces. But I think we've been at this for so long that we've managed to do it well and we've gotten into a groove and we got new equipment that made it sound like we were in the studio. So I'm good.
There was a survey that was done asking people about going back to work at their actual work site. And 4 out of 5 people said, mm-mm, not down, not down. And in fact, out of those 4 out of 5, 35% of those said, if my boss makes me come back to work, I'm going to look for another job. They want the flexibility of working from home, working remotely. And I was like, wow, that's pretty telling. Like that's an interesting shift. So, and we know we've talked about this before about how, people are going to change and the way we work is going to change and some industries are going to have to change. Some for the better, obviously. There's going to be winners and losers, but
Yeah.
I I know, oh, I'm watching a squirrel right now. Hey, what are you doing over there? Squirrel. I'm
Just
like a dog, right? Squirrel
squirrel.
was on my deck. Little poop. Anyway, looks like it could use some food. I should find a few nuts for it. It's a
I
scrawny one.
think he's fine, Leah. I think he's got
Um,
plenty of food.
anyway, yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see how things go. Every once in a while, I think about coming back to work, but also think about your commuting time. Think about the gas that you spend. I mean, it makes more sense for people, to stay home a little bit. It's good for the
Yeah.
environment too, right? Like not everybody's sitting and idling and waiting for coffee and waiting at lights and, people do the work. They're doing the work at
Here's
home.
my thing. Here's my thing about going back to work or being in an office in general. I think there's a lot of wasted conversation that takes away from the workday.
Oh, yeah.
There's There's just people who wander in to chat, and what should have been like a 1 minute question ends up being 15 minutes. And then you say, okay. And then you turn around and then somebody else walks in and you have to have another and you turn on and somebody else. And so this doesn't happen when I'm at home. For some reason, it can all be done with an email that I can read very quickly and get the exact same message. So that's what I've learned from this staying at home stuff. Um, I get a lot more done. And I think it's because there's a lot less extra that doesn't have to happen. I do miss the human contact. I do miss the interaction with people from work. I do. I think that's healthy. I think if we do go back to the office, I'm going to have a note on the door. Keep conversations to 5 minutes, please. Thank you.
Oh,
Only
good.
come in to say what you need to say and then leave.
Oh, you'll be so popular, Lisa.
Listen, when we are finishing our day, everybody else in the office is starting their day. They come in with the, hey, just getting started. How's it going? And we're like wrapping up, like, fine, we gotta get going. Like, we've been here all day.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I know, but you know what? It's up to you. If you shut your door, maybe people will not enter. Does a
Nope.
closed door mean don't enter?
Tried it. Tried it.
Oh, you tried
Yep.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, I do think it's important. I think you lose a sense of work community when like people leave jobs, and we know some of them, like there's no goodbye, there's no seeing anybody, or people start jobs and you're like, oh, there's a new person, I haven't even laid eyes on them, I don't know who they are. Like there's some
Right.
of that too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Sean, yes, and we talk for a living, yes, but we use up all our words. See, Sean, like by 9 o'clock, all our words are done. Well, and then we've got to save some for after 9. So there's that as well.
I have
So
an
there's
endless supply.
of words.
Yeah.
Not me. Nope, not me.
Endless.
Stacy says she'll go as far as McDonald's. Okay, well, what does that mean, though, Stacy? Like, how far away from McDonald's are you?
She'll go,
Um,
like that's as far from home.
maybe working from home is good for people who don't want to get out of PJs. Yeah.
It is. I did the show in my jammies this morning.
Well, I'm glad you changed for us.
Yeah. Oh, can you see me?
Yeah. What do you
Oh,
mean?
okay.
What do
Well,
you mean? Can we see you?
I've got camouflage on. You shouldn't see.
Oh
You
my
shouldn't be able to
God,
see.
that's hilarious. No wonder the squirrel's around you. He thinks you're a tree.
Exactly. Oh
Um,
my God.
yeah.
Anyway,
So
so I just found that interesting. That's a lot of people. 4 to 5 are like, no, I'm digging this. But you know what? It does make it easier for people if you have internet connection, and that's really what people need. I know there's a push to say that internet connection is essential. I think it is essential. I mean, for me in the city, it's easy to go, no, but it is essential for people. It really is. And when you have it, it's like anything, you take it for granted. But I'm like, yeah, I mean, your phone, your internet goes down for like 2 minutes, and it's like the world has collapsed on top of you. Like you don't even know what to do with yourself. Power, electricity, all the things that we take for granted. But
yep.
for people who want to be able to work remotely, I don't think productivity will suffer either. I think people will still put in, the people who are going to put in a full day's work or whatever, or be productive, they're going to be productive whether they're at home or they're at work. And the others who aren't, then I think that's the same, whether they're at home or they're at work.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and I think there were a lot of employers who were didn't want to trust it. Right? They didn't want to trust that their employees, were going to actually get the job done when they were home. I mean, for jobs like ours, I mean, the proof is out there. There's no hiding. Like it's out there. But for
Yeah.
others who I don't know. I don't know. You really can't tell what they've done in a day by the end of the day. You know what I mean? There are
Yep.
jobs like that. You just kind of have to trust it. And whether they've done the work or somebody else has done more of the work, sometimes that's not apparent. So yeah, I don't know. It doesn't work for everybody. Liz says that her daughter has been working from home and she loves it. She'll be sad when she goes back. They've had
Yeah,
more
like I think
mother
there's a lot.
daughter time, I guess.
I know. I know. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Time will tell. It's going to be cheaper if they don't have to have, bricks and mortar building. But it's going to be like anything. There's going to be pros and cons, I guess. So, don't know.
Okay,
Don't know.
question for you.
Okay,
Well,
shoot.
question for everyone. What lengths would you go to for weight loss? There is a new product called Dental Slim that uses magnets to basically lock your mouth shut. So you're forced to stick to a liquid diet. It looks like a medieval torture device, um, where it's like, um, if I took my teeth out, you would see on the side here two big metal clamps that are locking my jaw from the side. 7 people who volunteered to test it out lost 14 pounds in 2 weeks. Yeah, but then they probably gained it back the week after.
Well, I always joked around, but right, I had my jaw moved, and I
Right.
had for a few days, anyways. I had to have just liquid stuff. It was the best weight loss ever. I was like, okay, this works.
But how much were
But I
you?
didn't have my jaw wired shut or anything like that. I couldn't do that. I'm not a claustrophobic person, but no thanks. Don't want you doing that for me. But I think, you
Right.
know what? You do what you got to do. I mean, is that any more severe than going for surgery, going under the knife and having surgery? I mean,
No,
really,
I
it's less
guess.
invasive in some ways. I mean, how can you I'm assuming you have control of whatever is keeping your mouth shut. No?
Well, it's called the Dental Slim, and it goes on the top and bottom molars and only lets you open your mouth 2 millimeters. So you're forced, Leah, to stick to a liquid diet, and it comes with a key that lets you open it only when there's an emergency.
Yeah.
But you talk about having your jaw wired shut. That was actually a legitimate weight loss technique used in the 70s and 80s.
It
And
was.
people who did it didn't tend to keep the weight off.
Well, no. I mean, it is pretty severe, It
Wow.
is pretty severe. But so is some of the other stuff out there, right? I mean, all I know is the older you get, either you have to move more or you have to eat way less. And I'm talking way less. Way less. I
Yeah.
mean, if I'm not moving, I literally can have, I mean, hardly anything if you're not moving. If you're not moving, that is. For me, I find.
Oh, yeah. So you got to move to in order to.
To burn off those calories if
That's
I'm
right. I'm trying to figure this one out, Leah. Jody says, I found that the PPI I've taken for years. What's the PPI? Or is that PPL? What is that,
I don't
Jody?
know.
Nexium, for instance, has been found to cause significant weight gain, but without using it, there's a risk of esophageal cancer. I'm willing to get laparoscopic surgery that helps with weight loss and the GERD. That's how far I'd go. Hmm.
Hmm. Well, yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Um, there are a lot of people that eat too much. I mean, we just do. We're pretty. There are countries in the world where people don't have anything to eat, and we we eat too much, and um, it's. But you got to enjoy life at the same time, right? But to a point, I know exactly. I have a threshold, and once I get to that threshold, if I shut it all down. I'm like, nope. I go back to calorie deficit, calorie in, calorie out. when I get to a certain weight, and then I'm like, not a chance, not a chance.
Portions.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh for sure. Oh, portions for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I prefer smaller of things I like to eat rather than larger of things I don't like to eat. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I'm one of these people, like I could eat like Antonino's pizza every day. I'm giving them a shout out because that's our go-to pizza place. I know it is Mike's, but it is ours too. It's not too far from our house. And I could eat any kind of pizza really, but I could eat Antonino's pizza every day. Every day. I love pizza.
Yeah, I do too. And every once in a while we've come across that question like, if you had one food you
Yeah.
could choose when stranded on a desert island, what would it be?
Or
I
potato
think
chips.
I'd go pizza. What?
Or potato chips.
No.
I know it's so
Pizza.
bad. It's my
Pizza.
middle name. I know. But pizza would be like if I needed something more substantial, it would be pizza all day long. All day. That would be my favorite food. I don't even know how you could question it.
I made lasagna yesterday. It was okay. I'm not going to use you know what I use just to make it quick? I use the no boil noodles,
Yep.
oven ready. I don't like them. It's not
No.
the same. Doesn't doesn't
You
taste the
know,
same.
you know what's good if you ask me? I order lasagna from one of the Italian clubs in the city. The lasagna is always to die for. Always.
Hmm.
Caboto, Charo, any of
Can you
those.
just do that at any time?
Yeah,
Like even now?
yeah, absolutely.
You sure?
Yes. Go to their website and you just go
Okay.
pick it up. It's the best. It's, yeah.
Well,
So
that you
whatever.
could say that about anything that you cook. It's better
What?
to order. Like
Oh, yeah.
anything.
Okay, I'm done
I have
cooking.
to
I
cook
am.
something. I
No,
know,
I'm
but
done cooking.
I have to, Leah, I have to cook something. Okay. I can't
Um,
order in every day.
okay. You know what? So I was doing something the other day in the kitchen, and Dave was frustrated with what I was doing. And
And
so,
it wasn't cooking?
no, it
Okay.
was preparing food. So anyway, my son was going, he was doing some stuff. So he said, I can't eat right away. And I said, okay. I made a salad. And I'm like, along with some other stuff. And I said, okay, I will put aside a bowl of salad for you without the dressing on. I will dress your dad's salad and my salad together. And because, it gets mushy, right?
Yeah.
Dave will eat a day old salad with dressing on it. I'm not touching it with a 10-foot pole. I'm sorry,
Okay.
it's going in the garbage. If it doesn't get eaten, I'm not eating a soggy salad. That's me. Dave will. So I take out the lettuce. I take out, the salad to put it in a small bowl. And either Dave must have been hangry. So he says to me, well, I'm going to do the right thing. And he turns around and he puts it all back in the big bowl and dresses it all. And I'm like, I'm so happy you know exactly what you're doing in the kitchen. It is yours from here on in. Have fun.
And you left with or without salad?
Oh, I ate the salad, but since then I haven't really been doing anything to cook.
Oh, okay. So since he came in all guns a blazing, thinking he knew what you were doing with the salad, you're like, okay.
Yeah,
So
you know what I mean?
as
Like, you know what to do. Like, I'm cooking. It's like when you're trying, you know what I mean? Like, if you're doing something and then your husband's doing it and you're like, okay, I can't say anything because I wouldn't do it that way.
right.
If I say something, oh, no, no, no. You didn't like the way I was doing that. I'm like, really? Okay, no problem. I don't want to cook anyway. The only reason that my house has a kitchen is because it came with it. So I'm
Because
like,
what
so
it came with.
yeah. I'm like, why is there a kitchen in this house? My God, I don't get it. So I'm like, no problem. The kitchen is now your domain. Fill your boots.
Oh my God. That is funny. That is funny. So, listen, has everybody just been starving over there?
Oh yeah, fend for yourself. You're adults.
And do they?
Yeah,
All right. Well, what are you eating?
chips.
Chips and pizza?
No, we had pasta last night with barbecued sausage in it and some fresh veggies. But I'm like, yeah, I'm just done with cooking. I don't want to cook anymore. I'm serious. I'm like, I mooch off my friend. She's an amazing cook. I'll say, what are you having for dinner? And then she'll say, do you guys want to come over? I'm like, absolutely. I'll bring a salad.
Well, you know what? I have to agree with you somewhat because we have neighbors of ours who I love, and they're both retired, and they order in because we witnessed it. They order in 4 or 5 times a week. And I said to Craig, that's what we're doing. Soon as we're retired and we have no more kids at home and it's just the two of us, we're ordering it every day. And I'm going to do what they do because, it's almost like paid my dues, right? Done this. Don't have to do it anymore.
I could do a charcuterie board every day. I could eat a Greek salad every day. I could have potato chips or popcorn every day. I could, hmm,
Pizza. Don't forget pizza.
I could have pizza every day. That's why I order like a king size so that
Yep.
there's lots of leftovers.
Yes. I do the same. Order more than you need.
Yeah.
How are
But
you with leftovers? I was talking to friends of mine not too long ago, and I have a bunch of friends actually who are like this. They won't touch leftovers. Like, I'm not talking soggy salad, but they just don't eat it. They don't like when it's still in the fridge from the day before.
I know we have friends like that too. And Dave told my son the other day, actually, it was just yesterday, that he said, for 26 years now, I've been the garburator for leftover food in this house. So you need to eat some of because uh, we go to Primo sausage to get sausage right on Tecumseh Road. It is so good. So, anyways, my son likes the honey garlic. Normally, I get the mild Italian. Well, I got some hot Italian, and anyways, we cooked that, and my son's like, "Well, I didn't think I'd have to be eating sausage for 5 days in a row." And my husband, that's when Dave said, "Well, I've been eating leftover food for 26 years, so I think you can eat this sausage." And I'm the same. There's only some foods that taste really good the next day, and I will eat it the next day. But few and far between, I'm like, that doesn't taste so good the next day. Lasagna is great the next day.
Well,
Pizza's great the next day.
yeah, and I guess so. I wouldn't turn something down if it was still, whatever, just a day old. But I have a son for that, and it's the same kind of thing. Like Connor eats probably 3 dinners a day. Like I don't know, he'll eat dinner for breakfast, then he'll eat dinner for lunch from the day before, and then he'll eat dinner from that day and then have another dinner from that. So all of it goes. But I was at a friend's place and they're like, "Oh, well, we're just going to throw it out." I'm like, "What? Throw it out?" So many people do that though. I don't know. Nobody's going to eat it. So we're just going to throw it out. I'm like, I have a son who will eat anything. So ship it down my way.
Absolutely. I get it. And I don't like to waste food, but it's usually Dave. I'll be like, and there's certain things you buy that people have the intention of eating and then they don't. And you're like, well, I guess I'm not buying that again.
Okay, so Carol Ann says Mexican pierogies are better the next day. What are Mexican pierogies? And how do I get my hands on some? And how are they different from other pierogies?
I would say, without even knowing, I think they're a travesty. I'm
They're
Ukrainian.
what? They're
That's
travesty.
travesty. Should not be allowed. I'm Ukrainian. You should only be allowed to have meat, not meat, cheese and potato pierogies, slathered in sour cream with back fat and fried onions. That's
Jeez.
it. Nothing else.
Wow.
The rest is
Wow.
a sin. It's a crime against humanity.
I know you're lying because I know you'll eat all kinds of pierogies.
No, I
Um,
won't.
yes, you will.
No,
Yes, you will. I'm
I
going to
won't.
challenge you on that.
I will not. It's all
The,
I'm eating.
what about the sauerkraut ones?
I don't. They're not my favorite. I've had them.
Hmm. But
Fruit
I don't know what.
ones. No.
Um, she said her husband is Ukrainian and he loves the Mexican pierogies, Leah.
Hmm.
I'm assuming they have salsa involved somehow and jalapenos.
I don't know. This show's gone on too long now, though. It's 25 minutes.
Well, and I'm starving thanks to you.
I know we're talking about food. I got to
Okay,
scrounge up. I might have to go to Antonino's for a slice, is what I'm going to do. I wonder if they're open.
there you go. I'm sure they're open.
I'm sure that's a great idea. Ooh,
Okay, you go eat. Everybody else go cook. Go throw your leftovers away, and we'll reconvene tomorrow for another exciting edition of After Nine with Lisa and Leah.
we should ask people to bring seriously their easiest 3-ingredient recipe. 3 ingredients. That's all I want. If I'm making something, give me 3. That's all. And I'm not going to
Oh,
go online. I want our listeners to like, what's the easiest thing that they cook?
with 3 ingredients? And you've
Yeah,
got me
3.
stumped now.
3, man. Just 3.
All right. Well, if we remember to talk about that again tomorrow, we'll bring it up.
We won't.
No, I know. We never do. See ya. Have a good day,
Ah.
everybody.